So I'm at about week 6 of this window farm. Not too much has changed. I did happen to kill three plants, watermelon, a pepper, and some basil. I think my nutrient mixture was just a little bit too strong for them, and they were just too young to be planted. So I recommend when you transplant your plants into the pots or bottle window farm for that matter, make sure that the roots are fairly healthy. And in that case, if you're using those plugs, make sure that the root structure is definitely coming out of the plug and fairly aggressively, because you want to make sure that the roots can handle the nutrient mixture that you're going to be giving them. And even at that point, I would make sure that when you first start them up, just start with straight up water and then gradually increase the amount of nutrients that you're adding. I still haven't added my 4th tier here. I'm about ready to do that. I've got some extra plants growing in my other window. So far, the biggest trials here have been trying to figure out the proper nutrient mixture. And I think I pretty much have the bubbling and the dripping system taken care of. I've switched to, instead of having a reservoir using the tire inflation needle, I've just switched to bottles for my reservoir. And then you can see here that the reservoir, attached to the reservoir are some of that tubing, which is then, see how this is actually part of the reservoir here. This is going up into the plants, and this is actually what's coming, the air being forced in from the pump. So again, the air is forced in through this side, and water is sucked up. Basically, it's fairly simple, it's kind of magic, but water is sucked up and brought up into the plants. And to make it a little bit easier, I went ahead and put on a valve, and this moderates how much water is allowed to enter into the tube, so you can adjust your dripping. Every once in a while you're going to get some bubbling back up into the container, but that's pretty normal. Generally just means that you have a little bit too much water going up into your plants, and the weight is forcing it to reverse up into the reservoir. But I think I like this a little bit more. The only problem that I would say with this is that it goes through a lot of water. I have to refill these every day, actually, or most every day, especially because this tomato is just so huge. It's using up a lot of water. I went ahead and put tubes in to keep the dripping minimal, or the splashing minimal, so it goes just straight from one to the other. I still have to plant something in this one, but the lettuce is doing really great. The buttercrunch lettuce is delicious. I've already had a full salad from this, and it's kind of genius. When you have a salad of lettuce that's actually never touched dirt, it just feels strange. You just kind of rinse it off, and it's good to go, and it's in your apartment. Yeah, so that basically is where I'm at. Everything seems to be going along just fine, and we'll see how this starts to work out. I just started adding the Pro Bloom nutrient mixture. I've been using this Botanicare, and I just switched to using the Pure Blend Pro Bloom. So I hope this is going to work out. We'll see if that works out in a couple of weeks, and then I'll post an update. The next update I'll have, you should see some tomatoes.